Hi everyone, thanks to Susan and the Nova team for putting on a great conference. Also thanks to Kate Robinson, Dr. Suzanne Mavoa and Dr. Paul Brindley, who are co-authors on this study. The talk is called Urban Jungle Greenness, Geospatial Metrics Reveal Socioecological Injustices in City Centres. And so as discussed at the recent COP27 meeting, we live in volatile times that have us teetering on the precipice of unparalleled extinction chaos and climate chaos. And at the same time, inequity is rife. And in urban environments, we often fail to create the conditions for health to flourish. So we often fail to create healthy spaces. In the UK, around 84% of people already live in urban environments. And this rapid rise in urbanisation has led to this human-nature disconnect. And we're often seen as a country of nature lovers, but in fact we're one of the most nature-depleted countries in the world. The importance of urban spaces to human health and well-being is really well documented now, so calls to improve our parks and nurture our street trees are ubiquitous. Green spaces provide myriad health benefits, from reducing stress to enhancing our immune systems. And maintaining habitat corridors is really important for wildlife health as well, so we shouldn't just think about humans. And so researchers have studied green spaces, particularly in suburban areas now, for several decades, using various geospatial metrics. But there's a missing piece to the puzzle, and that is the greenness and the green attributes of city centres. And this is really important because many people spend much of their time in city centres for work, for leisure, for shopping. And so our recent study showed that Great British city centres vary considerably in their green features, and this has potential implications for human health and biodiversity. And so we provide, you see on the right, this ranking of greenness for different cities in the UK. And we analysed green metrics of urban centres for all 68 municipalities, and we used three different metrics. These were tree cover, greenness via the NDVI, so vegetation index, and the abundance and area of accessible green spaces. And so we combined all these things, and then we came out with one single metric to find greenness of city centres in the UK. And what we found was that there's a north-south divide in the country, so many of the cities in the south were much more greener than the cities in the north. And this also overlays onto socioeconomic status metrics as well. So what we found was that, Exeter was actually the greenest and Glasgow was the least green. But the greenness of city centres, as it increased, deprivation decreased. So there's a statistical link between the level of greenness within city centres and then deprivation as well. As you can see, a city centre increased, deprivation decreased. And so urban centres in Great Britain and other areas of the world are changing, and there's an important opportunity here to kind of re-envision our city centres to enhance urban biodiversity for human health, but also for wildlife. As I said, dispersal is really important. Having these habitat corridors across the cities, it's no good if we've got these big grey infrastructural physical barriers in place. And so our findings highlight that disparities in the greenness of city centres occur across Great Britain, and future research could apply a similar analysis to city centres in other areas of the world, and the work could help inform efforts by local authorities and urban planners to boost the green spaces of city centres in an equitable and biodiversity promoting manner. Thank you very much for listening to my talk.